Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a skill move today to show you guys how to beat the auto blocks or defensive AI in this game. As you guys know, the meta in this game is very defensive oriented, very through ball oriented, right? So being able to beat this defensive AI in certain situations, to be able to get those goal scoring opportunities is definitely going to be something that a lot of people are definitely going to want to learn, right? So as you guys know, defensive AI, very, very overpowered. There's certain situations where a person is not even controlling the defensive AI, and then this guy from Narnia just completely blocks the ball, right? So this is going to be a way for you to beat the defensive AI as much as possible. So we have the controller on the screen. Essentially what you want to do, right, is you're looking to trigger a defensive animation from your opponent's defender, whether that's the defender or the goalie. You want to trigger some sort of animation. So I'll show you guys an example. With the commands, you want to shoot the ball and immediately follow it by a cancel, right? So the new super cancel that they have in this game is both of these buttons right here. So L2, R2, that's how you're going to want to cancel literally doing anything. So as you guys know, there's some specific skill moves that work really nicely with the super cancel, right? As you guys know, there is this new skill move, right? There's the Burba spin. When you use the super cancel with these skill moves, you can do stuff like this, right? And go backwards. You can do stuff like this and keep going forward and keep pushing the ball forward. This is going to be an animation for the shooting, right? So essentially what you want to do is you want to go for a strike, and then he goes for that animation where he pretends like he's going to shoot, but then you dribble in the opposite direction, right? It's kind of like similar to the La Croqueta where you cancel, but you want to move into another area, right? So I want to show you guys a situation where when you go up against the defender, for the goalies it happens once in a while, but for the defenders it happens quite frequently in certain situations, right? So again, you want to shoot, cancel, and then shoot the ball immediately afterwards, whatever play that you're working towards. In a situation like this, where you are up against a defender, I want you guys to look at how he animates himself, right? So, you know, in this situation, we'll just go for a regular goal scoring stuff. Watch the defender when I shoot the ball. Ready? You see how he goes for an actual animation? That's what you have to aim towards when getting into certain situations. You want to aim for the defender to make that animation so you can kind of continue forward with your attacking play, right? Every time I go for that skill move, the defender in certain situations will trigger to go for the block, right? And I know some of you guys will be saying, oh, but this only happens in the skill games. And that's why I have a lot of online examples to show you guys on how this works. So like I said, guys, it works like this. You go for the shot, but immediately super cancel while aiming in a different direction, right? So you can see that my direction where I was going to aim the shot was to the left side, but as I cancel, I move to the bottom right? So again, we'll lose the ball in this situation so I can show you guys exactly what I'm doing. Shot, cancel, go in the other direction, accelerate into the empty space, okay? So, that being said, from the controls you guys can see, you guys can slow it down if you really want to in the YouTube video itself. I'm going to show you guys some in-game examples of how this skill move actually works and how it actually triggers a defensive AI to behave a certain way. So we're going to have this up right here. We're going to open this up right here. And I'm going to show you guys some examples that we have working with over here. Okay, so this is a situation. Some of these opportunities, you don't even necessarily need to do all this extra stuff. It's just when I was playing the game, I wanted to just show you guys some examples of how the defensive players from your opposition, how they react, right? So we get a situation like this with João Felix, right? Where I could probably totally just strike the ball from here, right? Go for the near post. Don't necessarily need to go for the extra stuff, but I just want you guys to notice some things, okay? So watch the command at the bottom right. So what I'm going to do here is for you guys to be able to see this, I want to be able to show you guys the command here. So I'm going to push myself over here actually so that you guys can see the command from both sides, okay? So in this situation over here, I want you to notice the bottom right corner, right? In a situation like this, I go for the strike, right? You don't see the ball struck yet. I go for the strike, but I immediately follow it with a super cancel. And what does a super cancel do? It makes the goalie react in this situation, which gives me all this space to work with over here. So what do I do afterwards? I just shoot the opportunity. We score the goal, right? Okay, let's see some other opportunities and where you would like to use a skill move like this. This one is a really good one actually, right? So this works with the finesse shot as well as the regular strike as well. So you can see in this situation right here with Rashford, once I build up this play to pass the midfield and to go to the strikers, right? You would assume, hey, this guy is going to go for a finesse shot, right? To the left side with Rashford. He made that touch. That's what he's going to go for. When I make this shot, I immediately go with the super cancel and I aim in this direction to utilize that empty space, right? So once we do it, boom, defensive animation, it creates the space for us now. We get inside the 18-yard box, we shoot a near post, we score the opportunity, right? So that's what you're looking to do. You're looking for that defensive player, whether that's the goalkeeper or the defender, to react a certain way and overcommit into that tackle for you to open up the space for yourself on the pitch, right? So this is something that happens if you time it correctly, and if you aim your shot in certain areas that the defensive AI or the defender is kind of standing for you to be able to do it, right? So we have a few different scenarios where he might not necessarily overcommit, but it kind of creates this space for you because your player accelerates in a certain way to open up the space for himself to score some goals, right? So we have another situation right here, right, where in this area, this is not a regular fake shot. You could see that even the animation of what he's doing is a regular shot. But again, because I am shooting it in the direction of the defender, you could see that he is overcommitting into the tackle because he's still registering me doing a regular strike. So what do? We follow it with an LT-RT super cancel. We open up the space for ourselves. A player in the middle opens up. We take one small touch. We score that opportunity. Let's see if I can have some other good ones here for you guys. Okay, so this one we ended up getting a penalty from. This is me doing extra stuff that I don't need to do, but it's just to show you guys an example. So in a situation like this, I work the angle for the finesse shot. Yes, I can totally finesse shot this, but I want you to see how the goalie reacts from this, right? So we go for the strike, and then we immediately follow it with a super cancel. And the goalie reacts to the strike. So we create the space for ourselves. If this guy doesn't foul me from behind and I get the penalty, I could just shoot this opportunity and score the goal immediately. So I can kind of guarantee myself a goal in a situation like this. Let's see some other situations here. This one is a really good one, actually. So I work the space here with Dembele, right? Nice little skill moves. We go for the body feint in this situation. Now I want you guys to see how I don't have the shooting angle here because the defender's in front of me, right? So what do? I go for a strike from that angle. I have 3 defenders ahead of me, right? I go for the strike. Look at how 2 of his defenders go for the defensive animation block, right? I understand that that's the area I want to shoot because that's where the defenders are facing. Immediately followed by a super cancel. I go for that near post angle. They're still coming off of that animation, so they stop in place, right? Opens up the space for me. We score that opportunity near post. We have a few examples to show you guys here. Okay, so this is Rashford here. Okay, so he's working the space there. So here is a moment where it's not that influential, right? It's not like a crazy thing, but it's the acceleration that you offer yourself in certain situations where you can kind of go into that empty space to score opportunities where it's very helpful regardless, right? So a situation right here, right? I overcommit here. He thinks I'm going to shoot right here. This is the guy that he's controlling. He thinks I'm going to go for the strike right here. We shoot, immediately followed by the super cancel. He switches off the player because he thinks something's going to happen to this side over here, right? We create that space for myself on the near post angle, shoot near post with Rashford, score that opportunity. Let's see this one right here. This is a good one with Dembele. So this is when someone is actually manually defending and their defensive player actually doesn't do the defensive animation. When they are defending and they see for that split second that you want to go for that strike, they will overcommit into that area because they think that you're going to overcommit that area for the strike, right? So with Dembele, I pretend like I'm going to shoot it across post, right? In this situation, the only area that I have is the near post if I really want to strike this. His player is standing right here. We go for the super cancel. Go backwards, open up the space for ourselves. Let's see some other areas over here. Okay, so this is with Marcus Rashford. So this is a good example, actually, from the finesse shot one. So you can go for the finesse shot one as well, right? We work the space here. One specific touch for the angle. Go for the finesse shot. We don't go for the strike. I open up the space for myself. I go near post. We don't score the opportunity. Could I have done better to score that opportunity? Absolutely. But it's this defensive animation here that you have to look for, right? Boom. His player overcommits. I now have space to work with around him. I can maybe go for another skill move to the bottom side, maybe like the croquette to cancel, and maybe shoot that to the far post angle. Okay? Let's see if we have some other angles over here. Here's another good one, right? So here's me really, really messing with my opponent, right? Making him think that I'm going to overcommit the strike. So he overcommits that angle that he thinks I'm going to shoot the ball in, right? That's where he thinks I'm going to overcommit. Boom. He thinks he has this space covered. I pretend like I'm going to strike the ball because he wants to overcommit that spot. We go right back, work that near post angle, score that opportunity. Let's see this one over here. We got Rashford opportunity here. This one is a really good one. So this is either a combination of the person himself doing the slide tackle or you actually triggering that defensive animation. Because like I said, he will go for that slide tackle, right? So over here, we work the angle. We're going to pretend like we're going to shoot this ball across goal. Probably not going to score because the defensive AI is there. Super cancel. Work that space. Go for a nice little regular strike. We score to the bottom left corner. See some more opportunities here. Over here, another perfect example, right? With Dembele, we pretend to go for a finesse shot. He overcommits that area because he thinks I'm going to go for that strike. We go on the inside. I could have done some extra dribbles. I could have made this little extra pass over here, but we go for the strike because, you know, I'm focused on showing you guys some examples gameplay-wise to beat the defensive AI. I think this is also another good one right here, actually. With Dembele, pretend like I'm going to shoot at far post. We don't shoot at far post. He overcommits into the area, right? Overcommits because he thinks I'm going to shoot it. We have that space to work with. Boom, score that opportunity. I think this is might be another situation here, right? Defensive AI triggers as well right here in this situation. Shot cancel, work the space, score that opportunity with Rashford. This one just comes off really cleanly, actually. I remember this one. Boom. You work for that angle that you want to potentially shoot and work for that angle that defenders think you're going to overcommit. I think João Felix actually does a good one here too. We go upwards. We're going to pretend like we're going to shoot this opportunity. We don't. The goalie reacts to it, right? If I were to shoot this opportunity right away, I'm not guaranteed that this goes into the back of the net. I could go for chip shots, but chip shots are very inconsistent in this game. They definitely work more consistently when the goalie pushes against you for sure. But just take a look at when I do the super cancel against the goalie. He also reacts. I have that empty space to work with. I shoot the opportunity. We scored this goal as well. It was João Felix here. Let's see what's up here. Boom. That instant acceleration from overcommitting a shot that the opponent thinks I'm going to go for is what you're looking for, right? Pretend like I'm going to shoot. He overcommits forward, thinking he's going to block the ball. We work that nice little acceleration touch to work that near post angle, score that opportunity. I have more examples to show you guys, but you guys get the gist of how to do this skill move. It's very, very effective. It helps you a lot against a very, very strong defensive AI. You want to be able to trigger these defensive animations from these defenders and goalkeepers, and you guys will be able to score some more opportunities. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.